Cell phone video captures the airliner's final moments, dropping thousands of feet.
August 9th, 2024 will be remembered as a dark day in Brazilian aviation history. A routine flight carrying 61 people turned into a devastating tragedy when a regional aircraft plummeted from the sky, crashing into a residential neighborhood just outside São Paulo. The chilling footage of the plane's final moments, spiraling out of control, has left many questioning what went wrong and how such a disaster could have occurred. As the world grapples with the loss and investigators dig into the wreckage for answers, we're here to break down the events that led to this catastrophic crash. What caused a seemingly routine flight to end in disaster? Could it have been prevented? Join us as we delve into the details of this tragic incident and explore the potential factors behind the deadly descent of Flight 2283. On that fateful day, Vopas Flight 2283 departed from Cascavel, Brazil, with 57 passengers and 4 crew members on board. The ATR 72-500, a twin-engine turboprop, was on a routine journey to São Paulo's main international airport. The skies were clear and everything seemed normal as the plane ascended to its cruising altitude. But what started as a standard flight quickly turned into a nightmare. As the aircraft approached its destination, something went terribly wrong. Eyewitnesses on the ground watched in horror as the plane began to descend rapidly, spiraling uncontrollably before crashing into the heart of a residential area. The tragedy claimed the lives of everyone on board and left a community in shock. What caused this tragic accident? In this video, we aim to piece together the clues and shed light on the factors that may have contributed to this devastating crash. The aircraft involved in this tragic event was an ATR 72-500, a twin-engine turboprop operated by Vopas, a regional airline based in São Paulo state. Flight 2283 departed from Cascavel at 11:50 a.m., destined for São Paulo's main international airport. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members, including a group of doctors traveling to a seminar. The flight was scheduled to land just before 2 p.m., but tragically, it never reached its destination. As the plane approached São Paulo, something went terribly wrong. Eyewitnesses described seeing the plane descending in a corkscrew pattern, spinning out of control before crashing into a residential area. Miraculously, no one on the ground was injured, but the loss of life on board was total. The sudden and dramatic nature of the crash has led to widespread speculation and concern. What could have led to such a devastating crash? One significant factor under consideration is icing. Reports from the day of the crash indicate that the aircraft was flying at altitudes where icing conditions were present. Icing is a serious hazard in aviation, particularly for turboprop aircraft like the ATR 72-500. When ice accumulates on an aircraft, it can disrupt the airflow over the wings and control surfaces, adding weight and reducing the lift necessary to keep the plane in flight. This can lead to a loss of altitude and even a complete loss of control if the situation is not managed correctly. In the case of Flight 2283, flight data reveals a catastrophic drop in altitude just minutes before the crash, with the aircraft plunging at a rate between 8,000 and 24,000 feet per minute. This sudden and steep descent suggests that the aircraft may have encountered severe icing that overwhelmed its systems and left the pilot struggling to maintain control. The rapid loss of altitude indicates that the aircraft may have entered a stall, a condition where the wings lose lift and the plane begins to fall. The ATR 72-500 is equipped with de-icing systems specifically designed to prevent ice buildup on critical surfaces such as the wings and tail. These systems typically work by inflating rubber boots on the leading edges of the wings, which break the ice apart, allowing it to be shed by the airflow. However, these systems have limitations, particularly in severe icing conditions. If the ice accumulates faster than the system can remove it, or if it forms in areas that are not protected, the aircraft's performance can degrade rapidly. In the case of Flight 2283, if the de-icing system was unable to keep up with the ice formation, the aircraft could have entered an aerodynamic stall. During a stall, the angle of attack, the angle between the wing and the oncoming air, becomes too steep, causing the airflow over the wings to separate, and the wings lose their ability to generate lift. The ATR-72 is equipped with stall warning and recovery systems designed to alert the pilots and automatically lower the nose of the aircraft to regain speed and lift. However, if the pilots were unable to react swiftly enough, or if the ice had accumulated to a point where recovery was no longer possible, the aircraft could have entered an unrecoverable spin, leading to the tragic outcome we witnessed. This scenario emphasizes the importance of understanding how environmental factors like icing can interact with mechanical systems and human responses, sometimes with catastrophic consequences. As investigators continue their work, the focus will be on determining how these factors combined in the moments leading up to the crash, and what can be done to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. This isn't the first time an ATR-72 has been involved in a crash. In 1994, an ATR-72 operated by American Eagle crashed due to icing, leading to significant upgrades in de-icing technology. Despite these improvements, the risks associated with icing remain, especially for aircraft flying in conditions conducive to ice formation. The history of similar incidents highlights the importance of ongoing vigilance and technological advancements in aviation safety. The crash site was just 100 meters away from residential homes. Locals described hearing loud noises and seeing the plane spiraling before impact. One of the passengers who missed the flight shared an emotional moment on social media, expressing relief at narrowly escaping death. These personal accounts bring a human element to the tragedy, reminding us of the lives lost and the narrow escapes that occurred. Investigators are now piecing together what happened in those final moments. The black box has been recovered and will provide crucial data that may help determine the cause of the crash. Experts believe that icing could be a starting point in the investigation, but it's too early to draw definitive conclusions. As with all air crashes, the investigation will be thorough, aiming to understand what went wrong and to ensure such a tragedy doesn't happen again. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the risks involved in air travel, even as we strive to make it safer. Our thoughts are with the families of those lost in this disaster. As the investigation continues, we hope for answers that will help prevent future tragedies. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth aviation content. Stay safe, and remember, every flight is a leap of faith, backed by rigorous safety standards and the dedication of countless professionals.